Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Well, good morning, Carol. How are you? Here bright and early. Yvonne, good morning. And Silver, 1111. Good morning to all of you. So, we have our soul mastery course today with the unicorns. And I think you're going to really love it. Um, I was wondering how everybody was liking it. People who work with me, I know, had soul issues come up. So I wanted to make an offer to anyone who doesn't that I'm going to give you a soul mastery gift. That if you would like a 45-minute session for $85 on the soul mastery information, if it's because we're going deep into soul and that's where issues lie. So if some things show themselves to you and you don't exactly know what to do with it or what it means, don't go to GenBook to schedule this. Just connect me by email, and that's TheoSophia's wisdom at gmail.com. So I'll repeat that before we leave today. So, good morning, Constance L. How are you this morning? I did send out the notice last night, so I don't know if people get them. I know a lot of people enjoy this class. So we will get started. So here's what today's class is about. It is about discovering your authentic truth and begin to know the frequency versus an illusion that you might be living by is going to share itself with you. All right. You know, the thing about truth is your truth is what you believe today. It may change tomorrow. And that's a part that shows you that you're growing when things all of a sudden resonate with you differently. But every time you do that and choose an authentic truth, your whole experience of life changes to match it. So when we do all the work about thoughts and how they're placed into your world, it is quite effective when you go to think about truth alone. Truth moves with you as you grow. And that's because the consciousness you hold grows in its ability to perceive differently. So today we're going to experience the soul and do some other things to begin to know what makes truth happen for you. And truth is when you know you're in joy, when you're not resisting it. If you are resisting it, it may not be the truth for you. Or it may be a pattern that you choose to resist anything that is good for you. If you can see my confusion that might happen for you. So as you look at that, you need to decide: has your pattern been resistance, off and on and off and on, or do you just become happy and move forward and things change? There's a lot to discover about you and your soul on this area. So I want you to concentrate on this image for a moment and know that it's going to be the truth that will set you free. So I want you to imagine for a moment that you're touching this card, this authentic truth that's sending out through this card a frequency for you. And I want you to just allow it to be itself. Allow it to become a sacred flame. As you go inside the heart, you'll see a point of light. And as you look at that point of light with interest, looking for the authentic truth, it will become a sacred flame. And I want you to feel the warmth and the glow of it. Is it familiar, or have you never touched it before? But most importantly, I want you to feel the joy of new knowledge. That's what truth always is. It's a joy of having new knowledge. And let this flow through you. And this is what we'll call the light of truth within you. So as you work with this and begin to own something similar to this image, there you go, lies within you, and you can touch it, and you can begin to see the flame swarming around this. So let's take that minute, touch this card, and breathe in, looking for the point of light. And as you move your consciousness toward it, see it become a sacred flame. And then within that, feel the resonating energy of truth and find the joy that lies there with it. And this is the light of truth within you. Good. So for a moment, I want you to focus on this light and begin to breathe, becoming back in the room into your body. And then come back to us. You want to become aware is you observe no compromising when it comes to truth. You do or you don't. And that's maybe too simplistic for some of you, but it does become your truth. And you see how we just hard to talk about it all without using the same words. But you will also find joy. There will be a fulfillment that you feel when you have that truth. So, to help you with this work today, we have 3 different unicorns coming. So first I'm going to hold each one up. I don't think I can do it all together. Maybe. And pick which one's speaking to you today. Oh, I'm missing one. Here she is. So let me do one at a time. And the final one. All right. So hopefully now you were able to choose which one was for you. And we will begin with the first one, explaining what they're for. Good morning. I can see more people have come. Good morning, Constance, Nancy, Marby, Yvonne. Oh, she's saying hello. Rita. Let me see. Oh. So we opened our sacred place of authentic truth, which I lost somewhere. I have so many cards here. Here it is. For you to go in and feel the point of light and to move towards it as it becomes a sacred flame, and to begin to feel the truth. Feel the joy that it becomes. All right, now you can choose this beautiful unicorn, which is about intuition. Quite beautiful, isn't she? Listen to the whisper of your heart. Use deviation tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what. Now, from where I sit as a teacher of healing, you must develop your relationship with your intuition and learn the difference between your intuition and your ego. They are two different voices. And again, we're talking about frequency. You can hear each voice and begin to know who is who. And that does take a little time. But intuition is a great experience to have a knowing of within you. Now, the next one is a friendship. And let me read you what her message is. Seek out your soul family. Surround yourself with positive people. Spend more time socializing. Looks a little bit like a party girl, right? Or celebrating. You know, during the journey of the path, friends fall away. But if you believe, you can look around and new ones come. And it's another perception of the soul. The group I was in long ago, we were taught that when you meet someone you've known long, long ago, something powerful inside you has shifted. And you're reacquainting with each other to discover what you didn't know and realize at that time. Because that's what the path is continually growing and understanding more and more of your light and what your journey's been. So we still have one more. Freedom. How many do you really think about freedom? Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. Very interesting, isn't it? Yeah. So today, you've picked one of these cards to help you go within. Oh, I go the wrong way. There she is. Yeah. So what you're going to do today is go into the soul and use your key. Open it. Again, you can check to make sure your name is still on that door. And venture in, and your soul will come to you. And today we're going to have you look for the authentic truth, that space, that point of light. And what are the truths you have? And what are things that are truths you're trying to have yourself believe? And if there's joy there, then it's an authentic truth. And if there's not, there's some other way to look at it. So again, we have freedom, which is going to let you fly and reach high in the sky to find infinite possibilities. If you're that dreamer, she's the one for you. And this one's wanting you to not only listen to the joy, but listen to the whisper of your heart and get to know that intuition. And this one is find your soul family and let the vibration of those souls sing to you who you really are and how some parts of you are all alike. So take a few minutes. You have your journals, write down, pick one of the unicorns, call them in, and I'll have you come back together in just a few minutes. Good morning to all you additional people. Barbara Ward, Rita, DMA 5, Prime 3, Constance, Sayaka, good morning. We're working with these three, or whichever one you choose, to look at authentic truth inside yourself. So one's going to help you with friendship, going to locations and finding new friends, those who might support where you are more than the ones you have now, your intuition, learning how to trust that from your heart versus listening to the ego, and then the unicorn of freedom, who will allow you to ride its back and fly high to the infinite possibilities. And that's what everybody's doing right now. So I wonder if there's someone that wants to take just a minute and write us a little bit about what you're finding and how you're feeling inside about the authentic truth. Are you finding joy, or are you maybe finding confusion? Um, when you ride upon the back of the freedom unicorn, reality will change. I hopped on for a moment and took that ride and was not aware of where we ended. So, what does that mean? That means big changes are coming. Not a bad thing. It's never a bad thing. It's to love and appreciate wherever our inner soul takes us, to discover and to learn and to touch and love ourselves where we aren't letting that movement happen in our logical mind. It's beginning to allow our intuition and our heart to guide us. Okay. Is there anyone who had an experience that they'd like to share? Or maybe you're not done. Okay. So, would someone let me know they're ready to go on by saying yes? Or if you need more time? If you had picked the friendship card, this is when you might start looking for things that are happening around you. Understanding with the pandemic, we mostly all take movement on YouTube or other things. Um, or maybe it's discovering something for yourself and that you look up upon to allow more wisdom to find you. Excuse me. Well, absolutely. Oh, here we go. More time, please, from Silver. Carol says yes, she's ready. So let's give it another 5 minutes. How's that? Thank you for letting me know. See if anyone wants to say more things here. I'll show you all these pictures again. Her name is Bonnie. Doesn't she look like a Bonnie? Happy, joyful. And you have to give up how friends will look. Her friend is the squirrel. Or today. Okay, we'll give you a few minutes. Oh, we do a very good job at holding ourselves back. So you must ask yourself, what is the fear of? Is it about where you're going and that you don't have control of that? Because growth is about not having control, surrendering, and just stepping out into what's awaiting you. It's your plan. A lot of people think it's God's plan, but when He gave us free will, we developed our own Hello, Gina. So the intuition I'm going to feel a lot of people chose. You can see she's holding a pendulum right here. It's not a way I choose to use, but maybe you do. That's fine. And she has the moon above her. Those roses? Yes, there are roses around her. That's that loving feminine. And then the freedom of the horse. Yeah. And she is called freedom. Yeah. And if you were on her back, it's exciting to hear where you went. So let's see. Here's Sayaka. Of course, she went on the Freedom Unicorn and it felt so expansive. But after a minute, got pulled back home to a particular scene. I think it was showing me what's holding me back from pursuing the freedom that you want. And I think that could be very possibly true for a lot of people. I think that's what I spoke. But then the work begins for you to go inside and discover what that is. What is holding you back? Yeah, that was Barbara's question too. Well, let me add the next piece of the sacred geometry, and it might deepen this whole experience. It is the frequency of belief, the geometric image. How do you like that? It speaks to supporting your sense of self worth based on your gifts and talents and a strong connection to source. You know, over the years, I've worked with a lot of people that absolutely consciously chose not to believe while their whole heart and soul wanted to believe. And I don't know if I'm explaining that correct because she would be there for a whole week. We did 3-week retreats, and the last thing out the door, but I don't believe. And then we'd all stay for another 2 or 3 hours trying to support her. What is believing? I think it's like a self acceptance because unless you can accept that you're real and you're breathing and you're alive and somehow you got here, if you can't believe those things, is there belief that's possible? And we have to know there is. Let me see, I have some other people wrote here. You can look at this. She was given the light of truth from inside the soul door as a pink flame placed in my heart. It spread all through her. Freedom guided her to step into the edge of my soul, which shifted me into more peace. There is more, but too much to type. Sounds very powerful, Rita. Very powerful. And in doing these things, we're touching your soul where most people travel through their journey and never really know what the soul's saying. I can feel relief of a huge letting go just happened for somebody. So now it's trying to re-speak to you and believing it is the most powerful driving force forward that we have. So if there's one of you there that do not believe, you must write to yourself about it. Or you can call me because it needs to be unwound and find where in your experience of soul lives something happened so drastically that you choose not to believe anymore, that you feel source, God, mother, let you down. And I can assure you, we'll find that that's not true because that free will has us own all things, we must remember that every moment has a perfection, and what occurs is purposeful for us to grow. And in the moment, it could be purposeful to move you way forward, but it can also be purposeful to go back into love, something you've held separate for so long. Okay? And it becomes a state of your consciousness when you move into the joy and you know something's true. It fulfills you, it has you feel at peace to know, wow, yes, that's true, and I am a part of all that. Like meeting soul friends, that makes you believe that there is a whole process, that you've been living it with your eyes closed, and you're awakening and owning that there are other people around you that during these times were close to you. And you can't explain it other than you can feel it. And you happen to all of a sudden know different things. So here's GMA 5. I chose freedom. I want to be free of all the nonsense my stepmother put in my head for many years, of how I felt an intuition was evil. Excuse me, I want that complete freedom to allow me to use intuition. Wow. So I want to ask GMI, did you get on the freedom unicorn and let it take you on a flight to show you the truth of that? To give you the freedom your stepmother never gave you, to just believe in whatever you wanted to believe. You're there ready to take a hold of this belief driving force. Is that yes, you did that? Do you feel better? I can tell this is maybe emotional for you. Yeah. So I'm going to offer to everyone who may need it now black fabric to unwrap. So whatever is being a challenge, imagine that black fabric around you and you're just going to pull it off. I felt like a wind took me and made me feel that freedom. Excellent. What it's really doing is blowing it away. And I'm going to help you on a deeper level here. Just let the black fabric of any residue fall away. We understand now and have compassion for parents, whatever label they carry, have been born into freedom and doubt and not believing. And they tend to pass that on to us. You have chills all over. That's good. Just keep letting it go. All of you. Anyone listening to me, letting go of whatever might have been the past. Just let the black fabric unravel. There's someone having black ravens fly out from inside. These are all releases in your subconscious, which is where your soul has taken you to release some of these illusional patterns. Great. And for those of you who have felt a huge change, I want you to see there's a bathtub there, and we're going to fill it with warm water, some sage, some rose petals. I'm going to put some violet essence in it. Yeah. And just let yourself get in and soak, pulling anything else out. Sea salt, that's what else we need. Very good. Just let go. And it'll help you warm up GMA 5. And it helps you move back into center. If you look at this card, this will be centering and choosing to believe. Oh, I couldn't move my hand. Oh, there we go. There you go, without the shine. Feel how that image can now spin balanced and create from there. Because now you're going to begin to trust your heart and your intuition and begin to believe anything's possible. The limits you've been taught by whomever, they're illusion, only from the fear of their own non growth. It's not a judgment, it's an observation, but it's also helping you to set yourself free and become aware of who you're empowering to hover over you with control strings. So let's just snip all those and let them go. Very good. GGB, hugs GMA5. I'm sorry that happened to you. It happened to my niece. Know you are alive in every cell of your being by the divine, sending love hugs and healing light to envelop your blessings. That's a kind thought. But we will bring in all the light when we're done. All of you are loved more than you know. Now, the next thing is showing itself to me, GMA. Let's imagine that you have a hat on your head. I don't care what it looks like. Because you're stating that this nonsense was put into your head. So I want you to just start pulling all the hats with the nonsense off of your head and letting them go into the light or spread around wherever they need to go as you're flying with freedom. Good. Much better. And then when you get done releasing the hats, I want you to settle yourself down into the earth and allow your guardian angel to come and put her wings around you. So, what you have done is changed and grown. You've changed who you are. And I have our last unicorn for today. Fulfill your destiny, be all you can be. Divine potential. And that came for the group this morning. Good morning, Michelle. Thank you for coming. So, how are you feeling, GMA5? Are you feeling better? Because those hats are also going to release your third eye, which is not technically seen as your intuition, but it's sight, etherically. Isn't this unicorn beautiful? And you can see her heart open and fully alive, and the energy of source through her wings. And may we all welcome her into our worlds, right? Fulfilling divine potential. You're definitely feeling better, is how I'll take that. Excellent. Many blessings to you. Thank you to all the unicorns and angels who came to help support you. That's what I meant. Okay. Good. Anyone else having anything going on that we need to talk about? This might be some unicorn that you might want to get to know for some of you who have wondrous desires, right? The unicorns are so thrilled to be able to connect with people so awake and willing to believe. All right. So, anybody else who wants to have a voice here? Let's see, I move and I think freedom helped me remember past life images. That is possible. Anything's possible. And that's what we have to remember. And I always say to people, get to know who your ego is so you can tell the difference in the frequency. But I do believe freedom brought you that gift. All right. So today in our soul mastery, there's some powerful words that were brought forward. Uh, divine potential, to believe. What is your beliefs about? Where have they come from? Freedom, the unicorn freedom, that can always take you for a ride and let you see higher than where you are. About the intuition in your heart, to begin to let it have a voice, a loving voice. You can see those red roses are talking about love. But I also want you to observe the clarity. And that's part of your only responsibility, is to continually make the clarity within your soul, body and soul, and your higher consciousness clear without interferences of thoughts of negativity. And then body, which is trying to take you to a place where there are others like you, perhaps ones you'll remember. Yes, you can see the wisdom in her eyes. And finally, all about authentic truth, which I thought the unicorns did a good job today of creating that experience for you. So, does anybody have any final question? Now, I did announce earlier, you can write uh, before I leave. Um, I'm offering a soul mastery special. If anyone's having things come up that they don't know how to work with, I'm offering a 45-minute session for $85. You can contact me at my email, TheoSophia'swisdom@gmail.com, if you would like that to have support and help it be so that you all move much more profoundly through the process. So, I gather no one wants to say anything. Did you all enjoy it? All right. So, Monday night is by donation. You go on Zoom, 495-402-3966, and the password is love. And I see you on Tuesday for angels, next Wednesday for our next lesson. Yes, Nancy, I don't think you're alone. She's saying, I was shown that I need to believe in myself more than I do. And that's one part about the soul is it's going to know those parts that are wrapped around by illusion that we haven't let ourselves see. So there's a lot of in that subconscious inner children that are acting out. And then when you address the issue and you take that away, they are beautiful little angels. So I understand what you mean. So can't wait to have your light shine brighter as you unravel that. Yvonne says, enjoyed very much. Thank you for that beautiful healing experience. Yes. And GTB says it was a beautiful thank you. TheoSophia, many blessings to everyone. Yes. Now, on October 16th, on a Saturday at noon, I'm going to offer Darshan. And if you don't know what that is, the Mother Consciousness will I'm going to touch your head and bring whatever blessing comes through for her to offer to you. It's very powerful. And I'm sure you will all feel an experience, I have no doubt. And I can handle a lot of people on Zoom. You just need to write to us and let us know you'll be there because we're going to call people forward uh, one at a time. It's not going to be a group thing. But by being on, you will feel that light throughout the couple of hours, which I'll probably be doing it. So it's by donation, there's no fee. So I hope you all take a minute and put that on your calendar. And I'm glad you all enjoyed today. And we'll keep growing. There's nothing stopping us all now, right? So many blessings. And I will talk to you soon. Bye bye. Have a great day.